I was just about to get married, and so was my wife. Hopped up to a local car dealer, and there I saw it, the MG ZT 190. Very tasty, I thought. That was, you know, one of those decisions that you shouldn't have made, but you did do, but you don't regret. One of those. I don't regret it now, but I did at the time. That's what I'm trying to say. At the time, I'd had neither a 75 or a ZT, so this was a first for me, and I always found it to be the most beautiful looking car. So I just had to have it, and I did have it, and then I couldn't get the doors open. Well, specifically the passenger rear door wouldn't open, and that was a bit of a pain because I lived on the main road at the time, so it meant any passengers in the car had to get out onto the main road to get out of the car until I fixed it. But I did fix it. So I did fix that. I took the card off while the door was in place and it didn't damage, and I found that something had become unhooked. But the rest of the doors did have a habit of sticking as well for some reason. And it's one of those 75 problems or ZT problems. I know. I knew less about them at the time than I do now. One thing I most certainly did not consider was the fuel economy of the 2.5 litre KV6. We all know what a fabulous sounding engine the KV6 is, but you've also got to enjoy the sound of all your change disappearing out of your pocket and your wallet flapping open constantly. Oddly enough, I didn't like that part of it, and the decision to buy this car was made just before we went off for our holiday exploring Wales. So, I didn't even take it. I ended up borrowing my mum's Hyundai because I could afford to run it. Imagine the shame! Just imagine the shame of that. I bought a car to take on holiday and I can't take it because I can't afford to run it around Wales. That was ridiculous! The Hyundai was actually very good on fuel, I must say. And the air conditioning worked. But that wasn't my car, so I'm not going to review that. And come to think of it, the air conditioning on the ZT didn't work. Neither did quite a few other bits. A bit of a rattly old thing. It always started, always worked, but that engine did sound kind of like that, which I thought was just a bad engine. Probably was just the inlet manifold, thinking about it now. But was less forgivable with that car, besides the 17 miles per gallon fuel economy, was the gearbox. Yeah, the gearbox sounded dreadful. It sounded like those kind of straight cut gears that you have on a racing car. And I know from experience that that sound is what you get not too long before the whole thing falls apart and you're left stranded on a slip road or outside Waitrose. And I say Waitrose because we don't really have Waitrose in the north. Still, many a happy memory I had with that car. And then eventually I did a trade-in with that car against the Mercedes. And that's another story.